Thanks for joining me today at Learnwake. I'm Brandon Judd, and I'm responding to Corey's video analysis request on his wake jump improvement. So here in his submission, he says he's working on good wake jumps and he's looking for some more tips. So in the past, for those of you just kind of catching up, we did a video on Corey's wake to wake jumps here back in August of last year and went over a few things on body position and structuring on his toe side and on his heel side. Um, if you want to go take a look at that, you can just search wake to wake jumps Corey in this one, and you'll be able to find that and kind of watch it if you wanted to catch up on the whole thing. So that said, Corey, I do remember your writing from then, and am going to take a look at your writing now. And for those catching up as well, I'm going to play through a good chunk of this video and just kind of talk you through it. Um, so it looks like it was kind of a bumpy day out there, but I like where your writing has gone. I mean, that was a nice, clean, easy wake jump. Looked like you're really on balance. Your toe side has improved a lot. Right here, you're still a little hips behind. Like you could push your hips forward a little more, but I mean, that's me being kind of picky. And that's why you case the wake a little bit. Uh, if you go through the last video that I sent you and keep working on those drills, that should really help you a lot. I think you're on the right track though. It's definitely improved. And then as you're riding here, the biggest thing that hits me is a lot of riders run into this issue. A lot of riders will try and perfect their toe side wake jumps and their heel side wake jumps until they're always wake to wake. There's no casing the wake. They're always perfect. They feel like they're getting really high. They feel like they're always on balance. And truth be told, like it just doesn't really work that way in a very fast-paced uh, way. So right now, the way that you're doing it is good because I feel like it gives you a lot of board control and a lot of comfort there. But I think that it's time to move on to the next thing, and then we can circle back around to this. Like if you were to work on cuffed riding and your ollies and reentries and some more of those 180s. um, I think if you were to work on all of that stuff and then go back to this would just naturally get better. So one thing I wanted to kind of point out that I noticed here, let's see if I can find the spot. Um, it's when you switched back to, I don't know if you were regular and then ended up being goofy after the fact. Um, Yeah, right here. So this right here shows me a lot about your board control. And I know you might be like, well, I don't always do it that way. I'm usually a little better. And I did see your like actual Ollie 180 on the other side of the wake. But before I feel like I'm rambling too much here, my point is with this, it looks like you're a little uncomfortable right here, where you're trying to get that board around, and for a second there, you almost lose your balance. I mean, it wasn't bad, and I know it's really choppy, but that to me says that there's a lot of stuff that we could work on that is not wake jump related that will actually improve your riding a whole ton. So like I said, I think you should review that last video if you wanted to work on your wake jumps more, but I don't think that working on your wake jumps more is going to make you a better wakeboarder as fast as if you were to work on some other things. Here are the other things that I want you to work on. Uh, let's see here. Here we go. So the ultimate warm up is what this video is called. I don't know if you've seen it. I I, I would highly recommend watching this one all the way through and then practicing this every time you get up on the water. Um, you're going to be edging toe side and heel side back and forth on both sides of the wake, doing some ollies, some reentry ollies, just getting really comfortable with all of your edges and the whole bit. So this ultimate warm up, and they go through all the steps in here. Um, and why doing it on both sides of the wake is important, how that helps you as a wakeboarder, the whole thing. I think this is one of those things that if you make it a habit when you warm up every time, I think it just improve your riding because you're going to be doing this regular and switch. It'll make your switch riding better. It'll feel really weird at first, but it's going to make a world of difference. So that's the first one that I would recommend. The second one is this. I want you to spend more time in the cuffed position. It looks super uncomfortable and weird, but if you think about it this way, the more comfortable you are riding backwards, um, the the more easy riding forwards is going to feel, right? Like if you can drive a car really fast through cones backwards, when you go back to doing it forwards, it's almost just oversimplified. So it's so easy. So that kind of idea is if you can get natural and instinctive feelings in this direction, your normal wake jumps are going to be great. And then when you start doing 360s or landing blind, like a heel side backside 180 or a toe side front side 360, this landing position is something that you're going to have strong, and it's better to work on this position on the surface and not have to delay your more advanced tricks later on. So I'd start building your comfort level here as soon as possible. So this is just called speeding up switch progress. And I know you can already do some 180s that I saw there, but I would work on this because I think switch is a big part for you that's going to make things a lot easier. And there's a whole bunch of these backside slides that I want you to be working on, regular and switch backside slides, and then learning how to get cuffed and all of that. I think it's going to make you, like I said, I know I'm sounding kind of redundant here and lengthy, but um, I cannot emphasize enough how much this helps. I went through it and it completely transformed my riding. I was in your same shoes where I was just kind of stuck trying to perfect what I had with my wake jumps and maybe trying to learn a flip or something. But as soon as I started working on this, I just started landing more and more and more tricks pretty quickly. So it's incredibly important. And it's really not that hard. It's actually pretty fun too, especially on kind of weird bumpy days. You can slow the boat down, and you can just stay in between the wakes, and the boat will smooth out a lot of the rough water for you. So then once you've kind of worked on this a little bit and you have your board control a little better, I think honestly we could try, um, getting your 180s wake to wake a little stronger. Maybe work on some 360s, kind of get a 360 drill going, and then we could work on some inverts as well. I mean, you've got a really good base here to work from. We just want to get you comfortable facing away from the boat, which you probably rarely do at the moment. And then once you're comfortable with that, then sky's the limit. We can get you going. So thanks again for submitting the video. Hopefully that helps. And if you have any other questions, you can reply to my email response um, to you here, or you can upload a video of yourself trying some of the drills that I suggested, and we can kind of get those perfected as well. Thanks again.